morning, guys. So we just walked to get coffee at Caribou. It's right there. I get a medium roast. Tim gets medium roast, and I put a couple Splenda and a little bit of skim milk in mine, and a little skim milk and a little sugar in Tim's. And Mom gets an unsweet iced tea. It's black. Why? What do they have?
Black.
Alright. So we just have to take Toby out, and this is kind of what we did yesterday too. We just Toby under the car. Are you kidding? Get
Learn how to walk the dog.
Okay, so this is kind of what we did yesterday. We walked to get coffee in the morning before kind of Tim and Dad are awake. And the tennis is on at 8. It's Djokovic and Federer. Today it's the men's final. We watched the women's final and ordered room service yesterday, but I think today we're just going to hang out because we're going to Hell's Kitchen, which is this really awesome brunch place in Minnesota. You guys might remember it from after my first show because I vlogged it. That we went there and they have really yummy food. So we're going to do that and then I'll update you guys later. I'm going to work out after the tennis or after we eat at Hell's Kitchen. After the tennis. So, yeah. Okay guys, we are hitting shoulders today. I'm really excited because I'm trying to really work on my delts and getting those nice round caps on my shoulders. So I've already planned out the workout. We're gonna go do it with my mom. She's gonna probably help film me, which is gonna be great. And I'm really pumped for today's workout. So let's make our intro workout drink. I had Caribou coffee this morning, just to let you know what's in it. This is just a medium roast, and I put a little bit of skim milk in it, and then I put 2 packets of sweetener. So I use Splenda because that's all they have, but usually I like to use Trivia. So this is my pre-workout. I have C4, but I don't need it when I have coffee. So I usually only take pre-workout on leg days. I don't need it quite as much when I'm doing upper body. Yeah, let's make our intro workout drink. I have to finish off these Epic Aminos. I told you guys about these. I like Epic a lot, and I am out of my Extend, Scivation Extend and Blue Raz, and so I'm just using this. It's in Fruit Explosion. It actually tastes really good, and I'm just going to put it in this water bottle that they give us here at the hotel. So let's do that. And I normally do, I'm probably going to spill it everywhere, so normally I try to do it like a little bit at a time. And I do pretty well. See, it's not like so bad. Oh, I didn't know there was more left in there. And then, there are like big chunks in here. Even though they put that thing in there, there are still like really big chunks. I normally do like a full scoop and sometimes a scoop and a half. So I'm just going to do a tiny bit more. Okay. We'll pretend like that didn't happen. Just pretend like it didn't happen, guys. Okay. Shake it up, 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 shake it up. Hey guys, so we're just going to start warming up, and I'm just doing some arm circles. I did some forward arm circles and some backward arm circles just to kind of loosen up my shoulders because we're going to dominate the shoulders today. I'm really trying to work on my shoulder caps and my delts and just really get that nice little rounded cap on there. So I'm shaking my arms out, and then I'm just going to pull my left arm. I usually grab above my elbow, but you can grab below your elbow too. Whichever way you're comfortable stretching, and then I just put one elbow behind my head and then pull on that to stretch it out, both arms. Make sure you're good and warmed up. If you need to stretch out a little bit more, feel free to. Just get your shoulders nice and warm and get that blood flowing through there. Another thing that I like to do for my warm-up is take some really light weights, so I'm using 5 pounds here, and I'm just doing about 20 front raises, and I did about 25 side raises too. So when you do these, you want to lift the weights up. You don't want to rock your body. You want to stay as still as you possibly can. So put your feet about shoulder distance apart and bend your knees a little bit. Don't ever lock your knees out when you're doing shoulder exercises. You want to make sure that they're bent and that you're really stable. The closer you are to the ground, the more stable that you are. And so when your center of gravity is a little bit higher off the ground and you're doing shoulder exercises, if you don't have your knees bent, you could be a little unstable. If you lock your knees out, you won't have quite as much stability, and it could cause injury and things like that. So make sure that your knees are bent a little bit, and then you want to bring your arms straight up to parallel in front of you. Don't go too far above parallel. Just parallel is fine. And then when you're going out to the sides, again, you want to bring your hands even with your shoulders when you raise them, so that your arms are about parallel to the floor. And I'm just using 5 pounds for these again. Use 3s if you need to. You can even use 2s if you want, or you can do these totally without weight. Whatever comfortability that you have with your strength and the weight choices that you have. Just pick whatever is good for you. A warm-up weight just to get the blood flowing through there. This should not be too difficult and shouldn't feel too stressful on those shoulders. And then this is kind of like a second warm-up, but I really like these. They're still tough. They're alternating overhead presses. I like to do these with kettlebells, actually, and I'm going to do some heavier ones later with dumbbells, but they didn't have kettlebells that were quite as heavy as I needed it to, so I just grabbed a resistance band. But you can do these with dumbbells or kettlebells, and again, I'm going to show you how to do it with the kettlebells a little bit later. But you're just going to alternate, and when you do alternate, you want to keep your shoulders, you want to keep your elbows parallel to the floor so that you're still keeping the tension on the arm that's not pushing up towards the ceiling. So one arm is working by pushing to the ceiling, but then your other arm is working by stabilizing that band, and it's holding it in place. So you don't want to let that elbow drop too far down. And then from there, I wasn't planning on doing any arms, but I've been really trying to work on my biceps, and so I went ahead and went straight into some bicep curls. The only thing I did differently was step my feet out a little bit wider to put some more tension on this band, and I just did kind of some pump reps. I wasn't doing like slow and controlled movements or anything like that. I just did some really quick bicep curls and did about 20 of these total. And again, you could do half bicep curls. You don't have to do bicep curls, but I just thought it would be fun. Why not work some arms in there and kind of give my shoulders a break for a minute? And then we're going to go straight back into those alternating overhead presses. Again, you can see how my back is working here. My shoulders are working. My biceps are working. Everything is working. This is a push movement, so you're pushing that arm to the ceiling and then controlling it back down as it comes down. You can also, if you wanted to do these with both arms, push them both overhead and then bring them down slowly for like a 3 to 5 count and put some extra tension on those shoulder muscles, and you could do fewer reps of those. That's more of a tempo lift, but if you want to put a little bit more resistance on them and do some fewer reps, you could do that. That would be a nice way to mix it up too. And then I just went straight into some bicep curls, and these are real pump reps. I'm doing these faster. This just really gets those muscles full of blood. Just pump reps. You're going to see me do them later with shoulder presses. They really fill your muscles full of blood. So if you ever hear people saying, man, that pump was good, or I got a really good pump, it means that their muscles are so full of blood. It's kind of like your muscles feel really tight, like they're going to explode. It's awesome. It's a really good feeling. It's a good feeling, not a bad feeling. Then I don't know if you guys have seen these before, but I love doing these. I don't know what the heck I want to call these, like, because they're not straight arm pull downs, they're like straight arm push-ups. I don't know, but I took like a semi-straight bar here. This is a bit of a curled bar. And then you want to turn around and kind of straddle the cable. So put the cable in between your legs. I promise it's not really going to hit you in the crotch and hurt. I promise it won't. If you're a guy, maybe be a little more careful. But this wasn't even touching me at all, so I promise you're going to be fine. I'm doing a really light weight here. 10 pounds on a cable machine with the extra resistance is definitely really hard. So that was all that I needed there, and I did do 2 sets of those, even though I only filmed one for you guys. Then I turned around and I upped the weight to about 50 pounds, and I'm doing some upright rows. You want your elbows to come above your shoulders in this rep, and you want your hands to be closer on the cable, on that straight arm bar, than they are when you're doing the front raises that we just did. So you want it to come, your elbows to come up above your shoulder. You can see my back working, and you can see how my delts are working there. We're just going to shape those shoulder caps, and these are really, really, really great for that. I love this exercise. I don't do it enough. I really should do it more on a cable machine. That extra resistance definitely adds a little something. These are a little bit different. I thought I would show you guys. I'm doing really light weight with these. Any incline movement, my shoulders aren't quite as developed, like those smaller muscles aren't quite as developed, and so I use lighter weight. So I could probably do 8s, but this gym didn't have any 8s. They had 5s and 10s, so I just took the 5 pounds, and I ended up doing about 20 reps, and I did 2 sets of these. So it's just kind of in the shape of a Y. You want to lay on an incline bench, put your feet on the floor, and then let your arms hang down so they're almost touching the floor with the weights, and then you just bring it up into a Y shape and then lower it down slowly. Then I'm going to do an incline bench press. This is really great for the shoulders, also good for the chest, but an incline bench press focuses more on the shoulders versus a straight bench press, or a decline bench press focuses a lot on the chest. This still definitely does have an effect on your chest, and you'll feel your chest really working too. I only did 12 of these, and I did 2 sets, and you're actually going to see me do both sets here. But bring it down about to your chest, a couple inches off your chest, and then push it back up. And make sure, if you're unfamiliar with this exercise, either start by doing it with dumbbells, light dumbbells on a bench, or have somebody spotting you. My mom was there, obviously, just in case. Normally, if I'm ever benching, I'll have somebody around no matter what the weight is, even if I know that I can do it, it's always good to have somebody spotting you just for extra protection so that you feel really safe in the gym and aren't causing any injury or anything like that. Again, we're just back to these Y raises on the incline bench. Really good, target a different muscle of your shoulder. I love doing incline and decline things for shoulders. It keeps it fun and interesting. And in this, I forgot to mention, I have my hands a little bit wider than shoulder width. You can see my elbows aren't going outwards too far. They're kind of in the middle of going out like in a regular push-up and in like in a tricep push-up. They're kind of like right in the middle, which is where I wanted them. You can do kind of tricep bench presses, but remember I'm targeting the shoulders here, so I liked it right in the middle there. That was perfect for me. And then here I am doing my alternating dumbbell presses. This is where I'm using 15 pounds, and shout out to my mama who did 15 pounds too. Thought she couldn't do it, and then she tried the 10s, and she was like, man, I just really need 12 and a half, and they didn't have any here, and so I was like, just try the 15s, I bet you can do it. And she repped out as much as I did, so she did, I think I did 12 or 15 here. But again, just hold that other dumbbell at the right angle while the other one pushes upward. That's going to keep that tension on that shoulder and that arm so that you're working both arms at the same time. No matter what, it's just kind of a different movement. It's like an isolation movement. I love mixing in isolation movements with dual arm movements. They really, really burn out those shoulders and feel really good. So you could even do a set of 15 alternating, and then you could do rep out 10 pump reps, which are just really short reps where you don't go all the way down. They're kind of like pulses, and you could do those, or you could do 10 of these alternating reps and then 5 reps together. Mix it up and definitely do whatever you're feeling like. Make it interesting for you. I'm really pushing these out. These hurt so bad at the end there. I was dying a little bit. One of my favorite exercises that I don't think I show enough on here is the Smith machine shoulder press. All you have to do is roll a bench under your gym Smith machine and then sit down on it, and you want to make sure that the bar comes in front of your face, not behind it. You can do ones behind your neck, but I make sure that it comes right in front of my face, so I normally bring it down to right about the top of my head. Make sure you don't hit yourself on the head because that can happen. I only have a 10-pound plate on each side. The Smith machine offers extra resistance, and so it is really hard to push up, and I'm working on my Smith machine shoulder press because it's definitely difficult but really fun to try to get better at. Then I went straight into supersetting these with some 15-pound hammer curls. I'm doing these a little faster than I normally do. If I'm doing, my mom's telling me to smile, by the way, that's what's happening there. If I'm doing these just on their own as an arm exercise, I go up and then I go slow down. And then here are the pump reps I was talking about with the military press. See how I'm not going all the way up. I'm not extending the weights fully overhead. I'm just doing them really, really quick to kind of get that blood moving through my shoulders and filling up those muscles. And they were really hard at the end. Now another set of shoulder presses, and I am like, I don't know if I can do it, Mom. Who was filming me and laughing at me through this part of the exercise. And then she got on here and did this exact weight, and I was giving her a hard time because she was like, I can't do this weight. It's going to be too heavy. And I was like, Momsies, just try it. I know you can. And fun fact, she could. I did 15 reps and she did 12, I think, 10 or 12, something like that. So yeah, these shenanigans are hard. Also, make sure that you don't rotate the bar so it doesn't like clip on you halfway through. Just try to clip it up when you're done. And then again, straight into those superset with the hammer curls. I just like it because that's a push exercise doing those Smith machine shoulder presses, and then this is more of a pull exercise, pulling in towards the bicep. So it's kind of off, what am I saying here? Opposite. And it just makes your biceps really burn out because they're working really hard on the push and the pull. So really, really love this superset. It worked out really well for that burn for me. Then I decided to throw on some face pulls, and my mom refused to do these because she really hates them, she said, which I thought was funny. I didn't know she hated face pulls, so if you guys hate face pulls, let me know down below. I didn't know that was a thing. But you want the rope to be a little bit below your head. You can do higher face pulls too, but I like them to be right about even with my chest so that I can pull the rope towards my face and like up a little bit so it's not like angled downward. And I think I'm doing about 50 pounds here, and I did 2 sets, I believe a 15 to 20 was what I did. And I kind of did quicker reps. I didn't pause too quickly or do anything with anything funky with tempo. I just kind of kept them standard, 1 up, 1 down, 1 up, 1 down, things like that. My shoulders were definitely starting to burn out here. I think we ended up being at the gym for like an hour and a half doing shoulders, which was totally crazy, and my shoulders hurt so bad like 3 hours after this workout. They were like on fire. Our burnout move, well, our kind of like burnout number 1 is going to be these push-outs. I love these for that. You guys know what I'm talking about when you get those bras that like pinch that weird little chesty, shouldery, armpity, fat little thing we get there. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? It's not actually fat, but do you know what I mean? I know that you know what I mean. You can see it right there in between my thing. And it's really good for working a little bit of the chest and the shoulders at the same time. So I'm just pushing these out with an underhand grip on this dumbbell, and I'm using 5 pounds because you want to burn out and do high reps. So I did 20 to 25 reps here, and just push the weights out to meet and then bring them back in. And you can go slower, you could hold them out for a second, whatever you need to do to challenge your body, do it. Then I decided to do some isolation moves, and I was twisting my wrist and just getting a little more rotation in there, a little bit of a different exercise, and I'm still with the same 5 pounds, just twisting it and pushing it out, and then bringing it back in and doing the other side. And I just like mixing in single arm and single leg. You guys know from my last booty video, or for some of them, I like doing single leg and double leg and just kind of isolating different muscle groups and things like that. So then I went full-blown, both arms, and I was just pushing them out, rotating that wrist so that your palms are going to finish the move face down, and then when you pull them back, they're going to be face up again. And I just did about 20 to 25 of these to really burn out, and these are starting to burn now. I didn't stop between the dual push-outs and then the single arm push-outs, and then these. I wasn't stopping at all, so I just kind of kept going. I don't know my total rep count. I wasn't counting specifically for all of them, but it was definitely getting really hard, and this is me being super weird with a hula hoop. What gym has hula hoops? That was so cool. I loved it so much, and I decided that I should hula hoop for you guys. I'm really good at hula hooping. It's one of my secret talents, and I was being really weird and wanted to see if I could go in a circle. In fact, I could, and then I just tried this new, like, jump ropey move. Oh, I said Mom should hand me weights, and I should do bicep curls with this thing on here, so yeah, I'm just a super goofball. Whoa.
Go, Abby.
I look like a bunny rabbit. Did you see that? You saw it. I decided to give my shoulders a little bit of a break here and do some hanging leg raises. I just was doing knee to chest for, I think, 5 reps, or did I only do 3? Maybe, no, I did 5. And then I decided to work some obliques, so I did 3 on each side because, let's be honest, I can't really do much more than that. I'm trying. I'm working on them. Sorry, I totally just yawned in the middle of that. But yeah, I did 3 on each side, and then I decided I would try a straight leg one all the way up. And this is as far as I got, you guys. Wait for it. Wait for it. Watch Abby fail at this. Yep, no, I can't do it. Okay, then for my actual shoulder burnout move, you guys have seen me do these before. This is my favorite shoulder burnout ever. I stand and lean forward and do rear delt raises. And then I did I think 15 of these. Normally I only do 10, but I did 15 of these. So you want to just bring them backwards, really feel them in your shoulders. By the end of this workout, if you guys do this workout, you're going to feel your shoulders. And then you stand up and you do straight delt raises. Again, I'm just using 5 pounds. When you burn out, you want to drop the weight and do as many as you can. That's kind of how you burn out. That's how I burn out. You can burn out all different kinds of ways, but that's my favorite way to burn out. Alright, then the last move in this burnout is just leaning back a little bit. Now, don't lean back too far. You just want to kind of arch your back a little bit to target a different part of that shoulder. And just do about 10 reps. You can do however many you can. So if you can only do 5 reps in each position, that's completely fine. If you can do 8, if you can do 10, if you can do 15, if you can do 20. I do between 10 and 15 in each position. I used to only be able to do 5 and then 8, and now I've worked my way up to about 15 in each position for burnout, which feels real good. And this is a weird clip of Toby eating an apple for the first time, which Tim and I thought was the funniest thing ever because he was just chomping at it, like really trying to get at it. It was real weird. So I'm going to end the vlog with this cute clip of my dog because it just doesn't get better than that. So I hope you guys like this video. Make sure to give it a big thumbs up if you enjoyed it. And if you like full workout routine videos, I already filmed a couple more for you that are going to be coming really soon for you guys. I love you guys so much. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.
Yep, that's the one. Get it. Is that skin too tough for you?
He doesn't like it, is it?
I don't want the skin.